In all, nearly 11 million people died at the hands of the Nazis and their collaborators.
And that's 24 times the number of people in the city limits of Portland wiped out.
Welcome to Cityscope. I'm Edmund Stone, sitting in for my friend Steve Leader. What you have just seen requires very little explanation from me. It is in fact commemorating the 50th anniversary this month of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising to commemorate the Holocaust. My guests in this segment of the program are Sylvia Frankel, the director of the Oregon Holocaust Resource Center; Miriam Greenstein, a survivor of the death camp; and Reverend John MacDonald, who was in the vanguard of the Liberation Army that relieved the death camp, or what was left of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the show. It's a difficult subject to discuss, and I appreciate your coming on the show to talk about it. Miriam Greenstein, for me this is very hard because I'm trying to empathize with what you're feeling. You are going to be talking about, as you have done for many years, your own sufferings. Tell us a little bit about how old you were when this started, and briefly, if you can, what took place.
Well, I was 9 years old when Germany invaded Poland.
You were living in Poland?
I was living in Poland. I'm of a Polish parentage, many generations of Polish Jews. I guess we were too integrated. I knew I was Jewish. We practiced our religious rites. But other than that, I was just an average Polish kid who went to public schools, happened to be Catholic because Poland was a Catholic church-organized state. And life was wonderful. My dad was a lumberman. I was a tomboy. And then Germans occupied Poland. Within the first few days, the edict started coming out. Among the first ones was Jews must wear a Star of David. Jews are not allowed to walk on the sidewalks, and Jewish children are not permitted to attend school.
As I remember, Germany moved into Poland on September 1st, 1939.
Correct.
So it was quite a long time
Yes.
from when they occupied the country when they started to deport you.
Well,
1942, is that what you said, Sylvia?
Actually, it started earlier than
Started
that.
earlier.
Yeah.
So suddenly you're finding that your own private liberation is being curtailed then as a child.
oh, totally. I passed. I did not wear a star. I was the food procurer and everything else for my family. It was scary, but it did get us a few things that we couldn't have had otherwise.
When did your family start to get dispersed?
The first ones, my dad was the first one. He was sent off to a labor camp in Posen, and that was, I believe, May 41. After that, my maternal grandparents came to live with us because we lived in the country and they came from a larger city, and their home was bombed out. So there was my mother, myself, my grandma, and my grandpa, and that September we were rounded up out of our homes, middle of the night, with whatever we could grab, and we knew it was coming, so we had knapsacks ready. We were taken to a church, kept under guard for 24 hours. Actually, we could see our neighbors looting our homes. But it was a mixture.
It's a terrible thought. I know we don't have an awful lot of time,
Yes.
but you never heard from your father again?
No. My father, I understand, died of typhus in the Poznan labor camp.
I know you told me before the show you and your mother were sent to Auschwitz?
Eventually.
And from there to Bergen-Belsen?
By myself. My mother and I were separated in Auschwitz after 2 weeks.
And you feel that your mother was...
Well, exterminated, I am certain, or I hope that she had some kind of mercy, because I heard from 2 women who did not know who I was that she had lost her mind in Auschwitz.
It's a tragic story, Miriam. How has this affected your feelings towards the people who tried to destroy you?
This was a group of people. They were not individuals one-on-one. I found many acts of kindness throughout my life, in the camps and after the war, including one German lady who probably was responsible for giving me a chance to continue by giving me shelter and food for a few weeks, along with another group of youngsters. She took us to work in an SS kitchen peeling potatoes. So we managed to fill our tummies with potato peelings, and that was a treat.
It's an amazing heart you have. We thank you very much for participating in this program. It's been hard, and we appreciate your efforts. We're going to stay with the Holocaust theme. We'll be right back. Thank you very much.